Hi, I'm Dana and welcome to another episode of the Burnout Diaries. For anyone that's new, I don't feel like I ever remember what burnout actually feels like or what I actually experience or go through. And then I spend years pushing off the next burnout because I'm terrified because I know it wasn't good. But then I don't really recognise the symptoms. It's just the whole thing. So I thought I'd sort of use this series to document my experience of burnout this time around. And I do think it's been very beneficial in helping me to start recovering from it. But I also, recovery is a much longer process than I thought it was or wanted it to be. And like getting back to where I was has really not happened. And what we're going to focus on in this video, if Otis isn't going crazy downstairs, is that everything just feels like it's a bit much. And it feels like everything's happening all at once every time. And I'm just ready to scream. And it's felt like this for a really long time, and it's one of those things where I always tell myself, like, life just happens the way life happens. It's not that everything always happens all at once or everything comes in threes. It's not all of this, like, the universe is in control stuff. I don't think. Like, if you think that, you're welcome to, but I don't think that way, and it doesn't help me to think that way. I find it quite damaging. But at the same time, as saying that, it does just feel like so many things happen all one after the next. And then I have like a few months, like 2 to 3 months, where nothing happens and I feel like I should be doing things because nothing's happening. But realistically, I'm still massively just trying to recover from the last set of things that happened. And then the new set happens realistically right before I feel like I'm actually recovered or like I'm actually okay. It's like right when I'm getting to a point where I'm like, maybe I'm gonna be alright, the next thing starts. And the thing is as well, it really doesn't take very much before I'm like, oh my god, it's all too much and everything's happening all at once. So what it is this time is I was meant to have a doctor's appointment on the 28th and it was cancelled on the day. I've made a whole video about it. You can check it out there. Am I a real YouTuber now? I made a video about it because I say it ruined my day, but like we're still in the same week and I do feel like it's kind of like put a stressful overtone onto the week. And then yesterday I got a letter from Adult Social Care that my appointment is happening on Friday. So tomorrow, it's happening tomorrow. So see, that's the thing where in my head I'm like, that's 3 days warning. But also it's not, because the day that I get it doesn't count because that's taken up by having the whole thing of like, oh god, this appointment's going to happen. And today's taken up entirely by, that's happening tomorrow. And then tomorrow's taken up entirely by, it's the present time that it is happening at. And then I have to like try and recover from it. And I'm so fucking anxious about it because they've given me no information. I know they're coming to my house at 11 o'clock on Friday. What are they who is it? What are they going to ask me? Like, I don't know. I know nothing about it. I have zero clue what to fucking expect. And I'm incredibly anxious about it. I also am very anxious because when I moved in, I had a housemate. And they wouldn't let me, they just straight up would not allow me to set up a living room downstairs, even though we had a whole spare room down there that could have been a nice living room for us to spend time in together because we were supposed to be best friends. So I have a whole couch. I have like a whole living room's worth of stuff that is all just shoved in my bedroom with my bedroom stuff. And it's like, I don't want them to be in my bedroom. I don't want to bring a stranger up into my bedroom to sit on my couch. But also, like, there is literally nowhere downstairs to sit. It would have to be like one of us sits on the stairs and one of us sits on the floor, or one of my kitchens. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to put them. I hate it. I really hate that this is happening. So I had a cancelled doctor's appointment, and then like not the next day, but the day after, I find out about this appointment. I still need to book the doctor's appointment. I'm still looking at places to move to. I have started sending out emails, even though I haven't received a single email fucking back, so that's lovely. I am expecting that this appointment will lead to other things needing to happen and other changes coming into place. And it's one of those where it is stuff that I need, and I am doing like the good progress steps forward, and it's good, but it's also all just fucking terrifying and so anxiety inducing, and it feels like so much to remember and keep in mind and just keep track of, and it confuses me so much when neurotypicals talk about keeping something in mind, because so it's not at the back of your mind, you're not forgetting about it, but it's not the forefront of your mind, the thing that you're worried about. It's just floating around in there that you're somehow able to grasp at it. Like, I'm either thinking about something or it is gone. If I'm not actively thinking about it, I am going to forget it, and then everyone's going to be fucking mad that I forgot. It's either forefront or it's buried. And it's just, no matter how small the thing is, I don't feel like I have the capability for it still, you know? Like, anything beyond my usual day-to-day life that I am just about starting to, like, again feel okay with, and like I can manage that, and like I can do my normal day-to-day chores, which, even saying that, because I have this other stuff and I have to film a video, and I already filmed a video that I decided is too rambly and too traumatic and I just fucking hate it, and my train of thought is vanishing from my grasp so fucking quickly. I haven't done my morning chores this morning because everything else is happening, and it's one of those things where like nothing is happening but it feels like everything is happening. And it's all fairly small things that are actually very easily manageable, but they feel fucking huge, and like they're so difficult, and like it's so much. I can deal with it, and I will deal with it, but I don't feel like I can deal with it, you know? I love the way he backs, you can't see him, which is a real shame, but he backs his butt up so that his bum's touching me, and then he sits himself down properly. He's so cute. I'm so glad to have Otis. Like, what would I do without my little guy? And like, if you've been here a while, you've seen that we're at a point where I've put years and years of work into like accepting myself as an autistic person, and accepting that autistic traits are okay, and accommodating to myself as an autistic person, and not allowing internalised ableism to get in the way of that. But lately, I am just like, fuck, I can't deal with this shit because I'm autistic, and I feel both incredibly behind neurotypical people, and like I'm just stupider and less capable than other autistic people as well, you know? And it's one of those things where I know it's no good to compare myself, and I'm trying not to. I'm fucking trying, but I also just, I feel like I don't even know how to put into words most of the time just how difficult everything is. I feel like I'm almost like lying to the world and to myself every time I do manage to do something, because I'm just like, I don't know when that's happening again. Like, I'm proud of myself and I feel good that I've gotten it done and everything, but also most things need to be done with some level of consistency, which I am not managing. So part of me is just like, God, I'm dreading when that needs to be done again. And it also just feels all the worse when it comes back to the point where it needs to be done, and something that I could do last time, I can't do this time. And I'm also like, I was absolutely trained as a kid to never say that I can't do something. You can, you just need to try more. You always can, it's just hard. And it's one of those where like, when I say I can't do something, I don't necessarily mean that I like absolutely zero plausible chance that I'm able to do this thing. It so often just means like, I find it incredibly difficult, and it's quite frankly not worth the like hours and hours of preparation and then recovery that it requires to do the thing. And like, when I already feel like I'm having to recover from so much, I then, while recovering, have to try and prepare for more. I can't really do it, you know? And when you haven't got the choice, and when you don't have other options, you'll find ways of getting to do it mostly. But I just feel like I'm doing everything so half-assed and so wrong, and like I'm going to be facing consequences for it all. And like, I just can't keep up with like life. And especially like I'm trying not to get down on myself. I am reaching out to friends for support. I am, you know, talking about it in videos. I am doing bits that I can. I'm journaling. Like I feel like I don't do a very good job of mentioning the things that I do outside of like the internet, because I do separate them as two places in my head very massively, like the internet space that I'm in versus the real life that I live. But I do quite a lot of journaling. I do quite a lot of like yoga that definitely has elements of meditation, and I do all sorts of shit trying to like reframe my thinking. Like I have definitely adapted some things from CBT that I found useful and helpful for me personally, and I don't like CBT as a whole. I found it as a whole very useless, and the people that were doing it with me were useless. But I have definitely like adapted little bits of it to be able to reframe my thoughts to be a little bit more positive and shit. But also like I very much require a level of realism, because I spent a very long time being like, I just need to try. And like, guess fucking what? I just kept failing and feeling worse and worse about myself, and then being more like traumatized and isolating myself and not dealing with anything very well. I think what we're getting at now is that I've talked about that bit for long enough that like, I think I ruminate a lot, so actually, like, verbalising things in videos really helps my brain to be able to, like, move on from the thing that I've been thinking about. So now that I've kind of been able to, like, process and wrap my head around, like, I need to book a new doctor's appointment. This other appointment is happening. I will be moving house fairly soon, even though no one's replying to my emails. I really need to get that sorted. And, like, that does horrify me. I am very much pushing that to the back of my mind. And when it jumps forward, I'm like, oh, fuck! But when it's just back there, it's fine. So now I'm moving on. So what if I have this appointment and this stranger has to come into my house and they're like, again, I have no idea what to expect for when they come here. I don't know what I'm, like, doing with them. I don't know how I'm going to sit them. I don't know what they're going to say to me. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I don't have a fucking clue. So I have this, like, big gap of blank in my brain where, like, this person will come and the appointment will happen. And I'm so scared that nothing will follow up. You know, I'm so scared that they're just going to be like, you seem fine. And, like, I know I've spent a very long time putting a lot of effort into seeming fine. That's why I'm telling you that I'm not. But you're just going to see that I've done me dishes and decide that I'm alright. Like, this is kind of what I mean though. Like, as soon as I move on from one thought, the next one is also just too fucking much. I really wish that I could just switch off. Like, I've stopped watching The Assassin on my third watch through because I can't focus on it. Like, usually I watch a thing that I love with Keely Hawes in, and it does feel like my brain's turned off. All I focus on is what she's doing and where she needs to go and what she needs to have happen and what her character's up to. I just love Keely Hawes so much in every character that she plays. And, like, thinking about her makes me happy, I'll give. Watching things with her still does bring me some level of joy. But the thoughts won't stop. And they usually do. They usually go away. And I'm just like, oh my God, Alex, go for it. You know, like, it really does just switch off and I'm like, grasped, I'm there and it's perfect. And that's not happening. I can't stop thinking about all the stuff that I need to do and all the things that are up and coming and all the things that doing the things I need to do will then prompt to happen. Like, it's all just so fucking much and I'm already so over it all without having done any of it. And I don't want this to be a total downer because it is one of those things where, like, I'll get this stuff done, you know? Like, it's gonna be a fucking struggle. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna find it very difficult. I'm sure there's gonna be more, like, barriers and hurdles that I need to figure out. I can't imagine this being the point in my life where I suddenly stop being able to sort shit out, you know? Like, I'll get it done. I will go through it. I will deal with it. It might not be pleasant. I will do it. I'm gonna make a whole video soon, I think, about how I just think that autistic people should like, neurodivergent people in general do have more of a right to just moan, you know? Like, I can't change it. I still need to do it. Like, I have accommodations in place to make it as easy as it possibly can be. It's just still not all that easy or nice. But I'm still gonna sort it. I'm still gonna do it. And I can only hope for the best. Yeah, that's the video. I'm going to go off topic now because the actual video is over. So I did film, like I said, like, I filmed, like, one of the longer videos that are just talking that I've ever filmed. But it was me doing, like, almost a story time type video of, like, the most traumatic part of my life. And I don't know how else I would talk about it, I won't lie to you. But it just feels a bit... I don't know, I sort of am like, what's the purpose of this video? Like, who's it going to help? Like, is there any reason to this beyond, like, gather, listen to my trauma, what a tale, you know? Like, I don't really want to do that. I do want there to be a point to things like that. So I also, like, it was a lengthy video that was hard to film, so I don't want to just delete it. So I feel like maybe that will be the first ever Patreon exclusive video. I'm very unsure. I don't know. I don't like the idea of things being behind paywalls, but I also really don't know how I feel about posting this video. So maybe it will start as a Patreon exclusive and then migrate over if it has a decent video. I really don't know. But I would like opinions. Like, I know you don't, like, know what the video is about, but I feel like I've given you a decent enough little, like, example. I'd like to know if that's something you would find useful to see and not just, like, some weird little morbid story time. I definitely need to go and edit and stuff now though. If I keep on, this video is going to be late. So As I sit up here, if Otis doesn't move, I will give you a moment of Otis. A motus, one could say. So as always, you can also like and subscribe here for one if you don't mind. This is my main platform. This is the place I like being. You can also follow me over on TikTok, Instagram or Blue Sky. And I have once again been on one of my cycles of doing a bit more TikTok. And you can also find me over on Ko-fi or Patreon. If you're on Patreon, then you get access to the Discord, which is a really nice fun place, like I've said a bunch. You also get a lot more Otis content over there, because like I take pictures of him all day and then I send them to the Discord because he's perfect. Look at him. He's just the greatest. But yeah, whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and we will see you again in a couple of days.